top edge stroke, which fell free this time. It was right to hand.
And that was one of the finest innings I've ever seen since I've been watching cricket. I'm a fan of Vivian Richards, and today there he gave his fans everything. I did say last night that perhaps he might try and upstage Graham Gooch. Well as Graham Gooch batted, I think Vivian might have managed that today. 265 for 2, and a real hammering for the England bowlers. They stuck to it reasonably well. The fielding was okay. Willis 70 off 17 overs, Botham 71 off 19. Underwood 6 overs for 35. I thought his captain might have shown a little bit more faith in him rather than whip him off as soon as Richards took to him. And the other wicket taker down the bottom there was Peter Willey, 9 overs, 2 maidens, 1 for 33. But real strife, I'm afraid, as far as England fans are concerned. Not so as far as the West Indians are concerned. They've carried all the honours of this match, bowling England out on a really plumb track for 269, and then getting to within 4 runs of them with those 8 wickets in hand. And tomorrow, Saturday of this Test match at Lloyd's, promises to be an absolute blinder for everyone who can get here and the rest of you who can watch it on television. There's plenty of excitement too down at Eastbourne in the BMW. A full house at Lloyd's today, and a great sight it was too for the 3rd day of this second Cornhill Test match, where the West Indies started at 265 for 2, just 4 runs behind England, but they had 8 wickets in hand in their first innings. 4 byes took the scores level, 269 all, and then Derek Underwood came in to bowl from the nursery end. He's bowling to Desmond Haynes, whose score is unchanged on 92, and your commentators are Tom Graveney and Jim Laker.
One of your bowls there. It's a great shot. What a marvellous start. Outside leg stump, swept away for 4 by Haynes. That takes him on to 96. There's no ball. And Croft's come a long way down. If he hits, he's run him out of a no ball. Run him out by miles. Absolutely no hope at all there. Can't think what Colin Croft was doing. Went meandering up the pitch. Desperate call by Haynes at the other end for him to get back. And again, that was a good piece of cricket. Very sharp single. Both these two pretty quick between the wicket. Butcher doing good work there. So Haynes on 98, Willis the bowler. And he's going to get them in ones. Little tension, little nerves out there for Haynes. And it's through all right this time. That's his 100. And he gives a little leap of joy, Desmond Haynes. And everything off, helmet off, he's absolutely delighted. He's quite an emotional cricketer, Haynes. Burst into tears when he was run out up at Trent Bridge, and he's over the moon now. Good 100 this, 100 made out of 280. 3 men out at the moment. And Desmond Haynes, 100 has come up in 273 minutes. 12 fours, it's his 3rd Test century. His 1st against England, and only the 5th of his career.
Oh, that's got to be very close. No stroke played, but you can certainly be out WW.
And here it comes, and it's pretty wide, and it's in that rough again. And you can see how sharply that comes back. Very, very difficult to judge it having turned that much, but it must have been very close.
Good shot from Desmond Haynes. He's been very severe on anything loose in this innings. In contrast to some of the other knocks I've seen him play, he's taken full advantage of the loose ball.
Slightly short of a length. He goes forward. He's got time to get right back and really hit that.
There's no outfield, so that's quite a safe shot and a very good one as well. Could have had an outfield and it wouldn't have mattered too much. And it's rocketed away over the top into that West Indian section. Confidence is flowing out there for Desmond Haynes. So 325 for 3. And the new ball being given to Bob Willis. For the left-hander, Alvin Karachuan, there are going to be 3 slips and a gully. That is fairly wide. There's also a leg slip. Oh, well bowled, he's gone. Well, he wasn't exactly rushing away from the crease, Alvin Karachuan. He had a long look back at the wicketkeeper and slips to see just why they were appealing. Barry Mayer had no hesitation in providing Bob Willis with his wicket, and Bob Willis is just having a little word with the West Indian supporters. That's how it happened.
No doubt in the fielders' minds, they've all gone up to that one.
And it's gone. Beautifully caught. Third slip. Graham Gooch takes the catch. Willis snaps up the wicket of Bacchus. West Indies 330 for 5. And a good fight back here by England this morning. Bacchus goes without opening his account. Sensible delivery there. A new batsman pitching it right on line. Side off stump, gets a little bit of extra bounce there. Flies away to Gooch at third slip. Drops the bat on it and quickly and anxiously gets away for his first run. And Haynes faces. Oh, a little flick at that, very cross with himself. But quite a useful ball again from Bob Willis. He's bowled jolly well with this new ball.
2 more overs were bowled before lunch. 1 from Bob Willis, 1 from Ian Bertham. Just 2 runs added, 1 off the bat and 1 a leg by. That took it up to 335 for 5. We pick up play now in the second over after lunch. 9 runs added, 344 for 5. Haynes is 137, Clive Lloyd is only 9, and it's Bob Willis coming in to bowl to him. With me in the commentary box is Tom Graveney. That's a better shot. 3 super shots from Clive Lloyd. 1 off Botham and now 2 off Bob Willis. And all of them played from round about leg stump. Good running. And up comes the 350. 138 to Haynes, 14 to Lloyd.
And he's keen to run between the wickets. You can see him backing up. He's looking for a single all the time. And he's sort of felt that the initiative has passed a little, and he's getting it back now.
Just didn't quite time that as he would have liked, but there's no problem. Just racing away there up to the pavilion. Rash. It's quite a feat to lift that bat, which weighs 3 pounds 3 ounces, let alone play a stroke with it. There's half a dozen rubber grips around the handle. I can just get my fingers round it so they meet. The timing is there today. In a word, if there were any Australian test players here, they'd be starting to grin. because there are no signs of Clive Lloyd playing in what is certainly, I think, going to be his last match at Lord's. He played his last match in Australia at Adelaide Oval, and he started off just like this. Lovely stroke. That wasn't quite a half volley, but it was a very good shot from Desmond Haynes, and that's a good indication of the sort of touch he's in. 144 now to Desmond Haynes, 21 to Clive Lloyd, 363 for 5. West Indies having started the day at 265 for 2.
Well, that can't be a bad way of watching cricket, can it?
That's not the place to be. The spot where Bob Woolmer is if the ball flashes past your head and over the boundary at square leg. Great 6 from Clive Lloyd there. Just strayed a little bit towards leg stump. And Bob Woolmer taking the appropriate evasive action. One ahead, West Indies. And there's more there. Willis having to do the fielding down towards his favourite part of the ground. Clive Lloyd having hustled Desmond Haynes through for the 3rd run there. Just checks to make sure that he's okay. That's his 150. Happiness is 150 at Lord's. 400 for 6 minutes, 330 balls faced. He's hit 19 fours and 1 6.
And score now on around 150 as both of them comes in. And that's beaten mid-on, racing away. Butcher, little no hope at all there of cutting it off. Showing his great strength continually throughout this innings on the leg side. That's a beautiful shot again through the offside. Wide half volley and put away once again in devastating style by Malcolm. 158 now. Giving that a little bit more air than normal. Fairly wide, but made for the cover drive. Desmond Haynes facing both of them. Tucked away nicely off his legs there. That'll bring the 400 up. In fact, take it on to 403. Yet another boundary for Desmond Haynes. And the West Indies rattling along here now. 403 for 5. Those runs have taken just about 111 overs. The scoring rate of 3.6 runs per over. A little joy on this plumb easy pitch for you in both of them. 26 overs, 5 maidens, 1 for 103. Must seem a long time since he trucked Gordon Greenwich, LBW. It's hammered off the back foot. 4 more for Clive Lloyd. Little or no margin of error on this pitch. It's dropped slightly short. And Lloyd looking in great form here now, goes on to 40. That's through all right this time, and that's a vital 4 for Desmond Haynes, because It takes his score on to 170, and that's the highest score ever made on this ground by a West Indian batsman in a test match. And one has got to go back 30 years to 1950, when the previous record was established by Clyde Walcott, 168, then the present manager of this West Indies team. 170 out of 416 for 5, with power to add more. And indeed, that's beaten the England fielder again. And successive boundaries for Desmond Haynes, 174 now. He's taken the score on from today, from 92 on to 174. And that's 4 more, and it's 54, Clive Lloyd. Just waiting for that one to be dropped a little bit short and hit it again with ruthless power through the offside. Touch of the old magic here in Clive Lloyd today. Goes on to 51 out of 427 for 5. It's taken him only 86 minutes. Received only 64 balls, a 6 and 7 fours in his first 50 of the series. Boycott now to Haynes. So worked away for an easy single, a single in fact which brings up the 100 partnership between these two. So they've added 100 for the 6th wicket in uncommonly good time, just 88 minutes. They've put 100 up together.
Clive Lloyd facing.
And he's gone. Peter Willis got him with the top spinner. Coming in on the angle, round the wicket. And sliding it in at Clive Lloyd, who has missed the chance now to make a century at Lord's on his farewell appearance. Out for 56, bowled Peter Willie. There's a good start for Derek Murray, no fooling around there. Well, Haynes is the non-striker, Derek Murray is the striker, and it is to be in Botham. .450 up. Boycotts, no chance of cutting that off. The theory of what Botham's going at there is not bad, but he's not bowling quite quickly enough. And he's not bowling on a pitch where the ball's moving off the seam. Bounce is quite predictable. Murray just loves to flash away there outside off stump. Good shot, that one. Good piece of chasing and throwing from Mike Gatting. That's a great shot. Haynes has waited for that. He's become a very patient young cricketer, Desmond Haynes, and a very good one, growing in stature all the time. He's moved now to 184. One more over bowled before tea by Willie. No more runs added to that total of 469 for 6. 184 to Haynes, 26 to Murray. And the first over after tea was bowled again by Ian Botham. Haynes is on strike, and here he is coming in to bowl the first ball. Your commentators are Tom Graveney, Jim Laker, and Peter West.
Botham.
And a big shot, and he's given out LBW. Ballymaher in no doubt at all. That one kept a bit low. And Haynes is gone at last after 8 hours and 10 minutes. .469. The end then of Desmond Haynes, out at last after batting for 8 hours and 10 minutes. LBW to the England captain, now applauding him generously as the crowd stands to him. .184, the biggest innings ever made by a West Indian in a test match at Lord's.
Andy Roberts away, just working it down to third man. Coming back for the second. That's over pitched, a beautiful shot. Cracked it through extra cover for 4. Put that away very nicely, but in fairness, the ball was asking for it the whole time. Nice over-pitched half volley made for the cover drive. And that's edged and it's caught. Murray goes, Botham snaps up another wicket. And that was a very good catch there by Tavri. It went quite quickly off the outside edge. And that, in fact, is what Botham has been looking for. He's bought it in many ways because he's been put away very, very often by Murray on the offside, but the tactic in the end paying off for him. He's presented him with a full toss, which is very gratefully put away through mid-wicket for 4. Swung away, great big blow. 4 more. And that's swept again from around leg middle stump. Inviting the shot. Both of them going very well after that. But all to no avail, but it was quite a sprint after a long, hard day out there. And shows he's recovered his fitness. Andy getting a little smile there. The 500 comes off the inside edge of his bat. Takes him on to 13, Garner 11, and the total on to 502 for 8.
Derek Underwood. Andy doesn't care very much where he hits you once he's going hit that away over extra cover, and now has gone on to 20. There's a good shot. I think Derek Underwood probably needs to come over the wicket to Andy Roberts, as he doesn't give him any room to get away and hit that all the way through cover and extra cover.
This is a beautiful stroke. Any batsman would have been proud of it. That front foot there. Bang. Not exactly elegant, but very, very effective and beautifully struck.
And there's another neat catch taken. And Bob Willis is just signalling to his friend out on the side there that he now owes him 3 blue ones. Joel Garner, the 3rd victim in this little betting spree by the England fast bowler.
Useful delivery, bouncing a little bit, and Joel never really behind it, and a nice, comfortable catch for Graham Gooch.
Oh, little stump, Underwood's first and only victim in this innings. Reward for some hard work there. And Andy Roberts, the man out, bowled by Derek Underwood. And the innings finishes at 518. A nice little flurry there at the end from Derek Murray, 34. Didn't really have to face Bob Willis as much as he should have. Roberts, 24, Garner, 15, and up the top there, Desmond Haynes, 184, a super innings that, looking better and better as he went on. And Vivian Richards, we dealt with yesterday, 145, a marvellous knock, that one. The England bowling, Bob Willis bowled well, 3 for 103. Ian Botham, 3 for 144, not as penetrative as I've seen him on many other occasions. Derek Underwood picked up the last wicket, 1 for 108. It's not often you have Underwood with 0 for 100 against his name in any test match anywhere in the world. And I was impressed today with Peter Willey. I thought he bowled extremely well, 25 overs, 8 maidens, 2 for 74, and picked up the valuable wickets of Clive Lloyd and Vivian Richards in that innings. Well, it was a nasty little 40 minutes at the end for the England openers, Boycott and Gooch. Here's Tom Graveney now with Jim Laker in the commentary box to take you through the first over. It's Roberts coming in from the nursery end to bowl to Graham Gooch.
And run straight away for Graham Gooch. A little forward defensive push. It's running away quite quickly and will allow them a very comfortable 2 runs. Boycott away. Found the gap nicely, wide of Gully. The long legs of Garner doing the necessary, preventing the 4. But good run in there between the openers. And Boycott's off the mark with 3. Oh, that's a lovely shot. Dropped it short. A really magnificent shot there from Graham Gooch. He was onto it so quickly, hit it well in front of square. And another gift for him. Yeah, he's made sure all right this time. That's 4 runs. So Garner with a predominantly off-site field. They're in there in length and line, and Graham Gooch making hay. Goes on now to 21 out of a total of 33. Rolled again from the end of the line. Nice full toss outside leg stump.
Well, 1 more over bowled, but no change to the score. 33 for no wicket, and the West Indies still lead by 216. A tremendous performance by them today. Graham Gooch, 21, and Jeff Boycott, 10, saw England through to the close. And there were 1 or 2 sticky moments. They played and missed, and the outside edge was found, but they're still there, and England are still in with a fighting chance of claiming a draw from this match. Well, the honours again today with the West Indians. England fought very hard this morning. At one stage, they did well, picking up 3 wickets in a relatively cheap style. But the West Indians fought back with Clive Lloyd and the lower order batsmen taking command once again. The odds, I think, must be slightly on the West Indies to win the match, but the pitch is still so good that England could get away with a draw. No matter what happens, though, this is going to be Desmond Haynes' match. It's also going to be Vivian Richards' match and Graham Gooch's match. But Desmond Haynes, what a thrill for him. He made 2 centuries in New Zealand, and now, here at the home of cricket, he's made another one, and it's the highest score ever by a West Indian in a test match at Lord's. We look forward to having you with us again on Monday night for the highlights of this Cornhill test. More dismal than the cricket ground.